It's the end of the month, and so it's time for August favorites. So if you're interested to find out what fragrances I've been using the most during this month, then keep on watching. Hi, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for watching this video and for subscribing. And if you haven't subscribed yet, definitely hit that red button. So, as I said at the beginning, today I'm going to share with you the fragrances that I have been using and sampling the most during this month. And before I start, I just want to say that so many of the fragrances that I've shared with you in my June and July favorites, I'm still using, and just because I'm not mentioning them here doesn't mean that I've stopped using them. I'm just sharing with you some new fragrances that I have been enjoying this month. So the first one I'm going to mention is something from my latest haul, and this is the fragrance that probably I've been obsessed with the most this month, and this is World Power from Kenzo. There is something about this fragrance that just captivated me, and I feel a certain addiction to this fragrance, and I just cannot stop wearing it, which really surprises me because it's not exactly my type of fragrance, but it's just stunning. So this is pretty simple: cypress, sea salt, and tonka bean. There are only 3 notes listed on Fragrantica, and what I get the most is the freshness with sea salt, and I guess there is a touch of sweetness, but not really. Mostly, to me, it's very fresh sea breeze. I just absolutely love it. It has the most beautiful note of sea salt, probably my favorite sea salt up to this point. I absolutely love it. Like I said, find it very, very addictive, and I just keep reaching for it over and over again. So World Power from Kenzo is a very, very surprising love for this month, and I'm sure I'm going to continue loving and using it. Number 2 is another relatively new fragrance to me. This is from Killian, and this is Boys. So bad boys are no good, but good boys are no fun. And this, of course, has the prominent note of Coca-Cola, and I think that's why I've been really enjoying it using this month, because it's been very hot, and this really smells to me like a cold glass of Coca-Cola, and so I find it extremely refreshing during these hot, scorching days. There's also some apple and some nutmeg and bergamot, and so you get a touch of spiciness and a touch of freshness from bergamot, and it just feels like a beautiful cold glass of Coca-Cola drink. Absolutely beautiful, and I've really loved using it. I don't know why I waited so long to purchase this. If you've seen one of my latest hauls, you know that I finally purchased it when I found out that this line from Sephora is getting discontinued, but this has been on my wish list for very, very long time, and I'm thrilled to finally have it because, like I said, I've absolutely loved using it. Next 2 I'm going to mention are kind of a little bit similar because they have a very similar prominent note, and I guess that's what I've been craving this month. The first one is the beautiful Meliora from Parfums de Marly. You know that this is one of my all-time favorite fragrances, and this has, of course, black currant, it has red berries, vanilla, some musk, and this is probably my favorite blackcurrant fragrance. I just find it so sweet and juicy, and it's just so beautifully blended, and it is smooth, and it lasts for a very, very long time, and it has a very decent projection. I absolutely love it, and I have been using it a ton. So Meliora from Parfums de Marly. And the second one, it also has a prominent note of blackcurrant, and this is something that I picked up. I've been looking for a long time, because it's a very sort of hyped up fragrance, and it is discontinued and it's hard to find. And when I finally picked it up, I was a little bit disappointed. I just couldn't understand what all the hype was about. And I have to be honest, I haven't used it all that much until this month. This month, for some reason, I have been reaching for it a lot. And again, I think I'm just having this craving for blackcurrant. So the fragrance I'm talking about is Gucci 2 from Gucci. I have a 30 ml bottle. So like I said, again, there is a blackcurrant, there's other black and red berries in here, there is some citruses, there is some woody notes, and there are some floral notes. There are a lot of notes in this fragrance. So again, you get the blackcurrant, but it is different from Meliora. Meliora, I find very sweet vanilla type of blackcurrant. This one is a lot fresher, so definitely citruses play a role, and it is definitely has a woody element to it, so woody notes come into play as well, at least for me. I can't say that I smell white flowers all that much. To me, it is mostly about blackcurrant, but maybe here it's blackcurrant together with blackcurrant leaves, I would say. So like I said, it's a lot fresher, greener type of blackcurrant. But again, I've really loved wearing it on very hot days. So finally, Gucci 2 from Gucci is getting some love from me. And the last full bottle that I'm gonna mention, this is my kind of beachy vacation type of scent for this month. And this is Terracotta Le Parfum from Guerlain. And this, of course, has coconut, tiare flower, vanilla, orange blossom, bergamot, musk. There's some other notes. This is your quintessential beachy type of scent. Definitely tiare flower comes out the strongest for me. There is a little bit of coconut. There are definitely some other white flowers like orange blossom I can smell in here as well. But overall, it has that suntan lotion type of vibe, which I really enjoy in the summer. And especially whenever I'm going to a beach or something like that, I really enjoy wearing this type of scent. So this is my last full bottle favorite from this month, Terracotta from Guerlain. Now, next, I want to update you on Gallagher Fragrances that I got to sample this month. If you've seen a video that came out just recently, I got a sample set of Gallagher Fragrances, and in that video, I shared with you my first impressions. Well, that was a few weeks ago. Now I've had a chance to properly test them and wear all of them, and so I can sort of give you my full opinion on these fragrances. Now, I'm not going to talk about all of them. In that video, I mentioned that my two absolute favorites were Rosé All Day and what is it called? Wicked Good. And I completely stand by this opinion after wearing all the fragrances. These are still my two favorites. But in that video, I told you that I really wasn't able to pick the absolute favorite. These two were kind of on the same level for me. Well, after wearing them and testing them properly, I definitely have a favorite now. So let me tell you about both of these. So let's start with Wicked Good. Here's the sample that I have, and I'll put up a picture of the full bottle, of course. Now, I was excited about this fragrance the most because it has a very prominent note of milk chocolate, and it also has tonka bean, and it has vanilla. And initially, when I spray it, I get an amazing blast of this milk chocolate. I don't have any other fragrance in my collection with such beautiful and prominent note of milk chocolate. And so when I tested it initially, I really thought this was most likely going to be my absolute favorite. But I have to tell you, I was slightly disappointed with this fragrance when I actually tested it on my skin, because that initial amazing blast of milk chocolate disappears pretty quickly. And I am left with mostly tonka bean. I feel like this is a tonka bean scent, not milk chocolate scent, which I thought it was originally and what it smelled like originally. It's mostly tonka bean, so you have that tonka bean nutty kind of smell with some vanilla, and I really cannot smell any milk chocolate after the initial blast. It really disappears on my skin. Now, it is still a beautiful fragrance, but I'm left somewhat disappointed because I really wanted to smell that milk chocolate. I wanted it to stay much longer, and unfortunately it disappeared. So although it is still a beautiful tonka bean fragrance, but it is not exactly what I was hoping for. It is not exactly what it smelled like at the beginning. Therefore, I'm sure can understand that this is not my number one. My number one is, of course, Rosé. Oh, that's the wrong way. Let's show it to you the right way. Rosé All Day. This one, on the other hand, the more I tested it, the more I loved it. I am head over heels over this fragrance. I absolutely love it, and this has to be part of my collection. I'm putting it on my wish list, very high on my wish list, and this has to be added to my collection. I really, really loved it. So this fragrance has apple crisp, it has honey, brown sugar, rose, vanilla, tonka sandalwood, some other notes. Mostly what I get is a little bit of sourness and tartness from the apple crisp, and a lot of sweetness from honey. So it's like apple crisp dipped in honey. You get sort of some vanilla and some rose, very much in the background. To me, this is really about apple crisp and honey, and the combination of the two is absolutely stunning. And I have to say, the performance of this fragrance is outstanding. It lasts for a long time, it projects, it has very nice sillage. I love this, absolutely love it. So this is definitely my number one from Gallagher Fragrances, and this will definitely be added to my collection at some point, hopefully soon, I don't know. But yeah, Rosé All Day for me is definitely number one after testing all the fragrances on my skin. So that's it. These are my August favorites. Please let me know what are the fragrances that you have been using or testing the most during this month. I would love to know. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, remember to give me a thumbs up and subscribe, and I will see you soon in my next video. Bye.